What's up, man? Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all know, man, it's only right that I brought a guy that I usually always bring, you know what I'm saying, at least once in the season. And it's been a while, it's been a minute, but we got him here. And I like to thank him for coming on. But go ahead and introduce yourself for those who don't know.
Still old school Coach Jones, man. Just happy to eyes is what I'm just gonna display for you, man. And I'm thankful National Sports Chat always asks me to come on here, man. But we're gonna try to bring some life to this thing this year, man, and just talk about what the camera's showing and what we're in our opinion. And I hope this year people don't get caught up in opinions because that's just what it is. And what the camera's showing, that's just an opinion of what someone sees. And so you can get better or you can be in your feelings, but we're gonna have a good time with this thing this year, man.
Absolutely. So, all right, man. So you seen some games, man. Start with I want to say with the ABA Bulldogs, man. What was your thoughts on the game? Stemming from the highlights and stuff. What's your thoughts and how you think that they compare versus somebody like Lambo?
With the addition of those guys I seen on film, of course, Route King, he's a hell of a recruiter. He's a hell of a guy as an organization owner. Sometimes we don't give our people flowers when they're here, but we have to give it to Hilton Alexander to still be able to do the things he do and bring those kids in. And that quarterback Dylan, number 12, he's a nice guy. The kid Noah, he was a great kid that came in this number 4 kid that could have stood out amongst the rest amongst boys. Men, really a man amongst boys from when I saw him, and he did a great thing, able to bring those guys in that came in because rec ball now has come a portal, just like college, and he was able to tap into that portal and get those guys. And the difference between ABA and Lambo would be the coaching. The O-line coach left is like a guy being in Alabama, leaving to go from, like a Kirby Smart leaving Alabama to go to Georgia. He's going to be Coach Abe does a great job with those guys up front. And he's been doing that for a while now in the championship pedigree that he learned under Coach Alexander when they had KJ Bolton and those guys like that to help be over there with Hilton Alexander. And the difference going to be this year with ABA and 12U against Lambo would be the coaching. There's a high school coach running the rec ball team, and then we're just talking facts, we have Coach Howard. He does a great job, great guy, great mentor to some kids, some youthful kids, but he has to catch up to time. And as I watched the Lambo tape too, Coach, he still handed the ball off, and that only going to work inside of 285 limit, because when those Florida boys guys come up, man, and they're able to adjust, we're going to pile the box up, and and plus kids are understanding that they want to be showcased in the spread, and they want to be around those coaches that are able to take me to the next level. And you look at the resumes of Hilton Alexander and Coach Lambo. Coach Howard. You look at their resume. When you have the number 1 kid that's in Georgia playing for you, and then a few other kids that have been to Ohio State, and the resume is long, and now other kids and parents starting to realize that. And so, as kids getting to go around and sample different coaches, they see what can bring their kid the best. And right now, one of the best coaching staffs is that ABA 12U coaching staff right now.
Oh, okay. So, well, this is something that you may not know, that basically Lambo have merged with the ATL Elite, and then they also playing with some of the remainder of the Bessemer Tigers. 2 of these teams were in the top 5, so now they are actually playing with Lambo. Then Lambo no longer have Zay, the quarterback. They no longer have him, and then they no longer have ATL Elite. They no longer have Noah, right? Number 88. Then there was a couple of other pieces that
What about Jackson, that running back?
he's not there no more. I think he's playing middle school ball.
His
So
dad made a great choice.
yeah, so he's playing middle school ball, and but like I said, the fact that Lambo they have got better. That's one thing that I can say. But I don't feel like they really have the core anymore outside of little yo, you know what I'm saying? Because he's still there, but like when you look at the identity of Lambo in the core pieces, they no longer there. So I think they're going to be very very good though, because like I said, they merged and played with two other teams, which is the Bessemer Tigers and ATL Elite.
Well,
So
that's going to be a for me coaching and going from college to high school and helping with the rec ball level. Those things come with camaraderie. What kind of
mhm,
camaraderie does the coaches have together? Do we have does the head coach have a clear scheme of what the defense is supposed to look like, and he have a clear scheme of what the offense is supposed to look like? And the offense coordinator, defense coordinator, putting together schemes of what the kids that they have in front of them to be successful. So with that being said, we'll just see in the next couple weeks early. It's early preseason where you have a lot of guys look good early in the season, then kind of feather out at the end. And we get caught up a lot in being blemished. So sometimes, you can have some blemishes going early in the season. It's good to have a blemish early so you can learn what you did early than late.
mhm.
So Howard always been a competitive guy. He's like a I would say Ole Miss in the ACC. They're gonna get in there. They're gonna be tough, but they're still gonna be 10-2 or 10-3. At the end of the year. We're not saying because the regular gonna put them in the games, but when it comes to the big time games, they're not gonna be able to sustain because of coaching. I say, but that's everybody got an opinion. And one thing we're gonna be able to do, Kendall, is push play. And
Mm.
when we push play, is gonna tell us everybody what's going on display.
Right, absolutely. So being that that's the case, though, what is your thoughts? Like, because like I say, these were two other teams that I was looking forward to them playing, which I said earlier, right? These were two other teams that like I told you, they were. Hey, go JT, what's up? These were two teams that I was looking forward to seeing somebody like Lambo play. But now that they're out of the way, you know what I'm saying? Like now I feel like it minimizes the competition. And I think that if everybody follows suit, then everything is going to end up being national ball. So I want to know your thoughts on that. What do you think will happen if a lot of teams decide to merge or play with each other instead as opposed to against each other?
Like I was saying, like I stated earlier, even the rec ball coaches that got caught up in the portal in the win now. They want to win right now, and instead of building, because that's what it's come because such a competitive sport to win now, and it's a blessing that men take away from that from doing certain things they can be doing the other day to help other people kids. But the camaraderie has to be built with the coaches. It has to be a camaraderie thing. It has to be a jail amongst Black men and African American men to work together to see the ultimate goal for those kids, because the kids are only going to go as far as you take them. And so if they come together, those head coaches that uh, Bessemer and the head coaches at the other team, what's the other team say? Lambo and Bessemer and one other team, would you say?
ATL Elite.
ATL Elite. And so if one coach understands, say, okay, hey, how you the head coach, but you just manage all the parents. You talk to the parents, you deal with the meetings. The other head coach from RDU, you're a good offense coordinator. So guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna allow you to be the offense coordinator. You handle the offense, you run it how you want to run it. The other head coach should be the defensive coordinator. So now everybody has a role, because that's what happens when you become a good coach. Just like Dale McGee, he was a running back coach at Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Then he ended up getting the head coaching job at Georgia State. You see what I'm saying? So everybody got a level of ball to be in and be moved on as coaches. But if those coaching staff do that, I think they'll be real good, and everybody play their role as a coaching staff. And always, and all of them got to understand, Kendall, is this. One thing what bothers me over the years with red ball coach, they be so mad, and they don't want to jail or have meetings or even come to practice with a script. And they're not even, it's not a W-2 they signed or W-9 they signed to do this. So you're
Mm-hmm.
doing this out of love of your heart. It's not going to be you can win many championships. I want the championships come from men building young men to be groomed to go to the next level and get an education and use this sport. And if Howard them does that, they'll be successful. But if they don't gel as men as coaches, it won't work.
Yeah. Now I think Coach Howard, well, at least from what I've seen over the years that he coached, he tend to get it right. It's just that I really don't even care, that they're merging. It's just the teams that they merged with that I wanted to see them play against as opposed to on the same team. So but it is what it is. I'm still excited, but I think a lot of teams will be like will actually not be playing. And then I like I say, the older you get, far as in Georgia, it thins out, if you ask me, because say for instance, ABA, when ABA, Falcons United, East Metro, all them, right? When they were, playing against each other in the Mayfield League and all that other stuff,
Yeah.
they had a lot of teams. They were evenly yoked, but they were good enough to play on the
Mm-hmm.
national level. And
Mm-hmm.
I still think they had that capability. It's just that, like, when everybody joined forces for one team, you know what I'm saying, then it minimizes the competition. And then here's where it kind of bites them when you go down the line, right, and you can't get no games, and then you start battle or something like that, and you haven't played a game in about 3 or 4 weeks, then you know what I'm saying, you go in there kind of rusty and you could be popped, you could be, you know what I'm saying. So that's why I think it sometimes it don't pan out, because like even if they have to travel, sometimes those teams will actually forfeit that game because they will be on the brink of going to the YNC or going to AYF, so they decide not to play because they don't want to ruin their chances of not making it. So it's kind of twofold, but I like the fact that certain players, it could, to me, it's kind of like an AAU. Certain players, they want to play versus the best competition, but the issue is that if a team loses, then it basically put them in a situation to where they can't compete on a national level, and then that forces them to not even play at all. So I don't know, man. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's what that blemish comes in at. I was saying that blemish is early in the season. Somebody take a blemish and it kind of like ruins their whole season because of early preseason loss.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we really took accountability or even Battle looks at it like, okay, it's the preseason, it really doesn't count. So if we lose one in the preseason or whatever, we win all our games and the league championship and the state championship. We should get an automatic bid because of that. But we harp on the blemish.
Mm-hmm.
And in this day and age, look at Pat Mahomes, how they won. Look at Michigan, how they won. They some went unblemished, some had a blemish, but they always able at the end to have a opportunity for the big goal, even if they had one blemish. And
Mm-hmm.
it came down to a vote where they're gonna tie the best four teams, and now it's gonna be a 12-game playoff. So we have to also take that accountability too, with the battle, with the rankings and all that kind of stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Power schedule, strength of schedule, because you playing all Lulu.
Yeah, and speaking of that, man, I want to know what you think about this. I played this earlier, but I just want to still know what you think. So this is what a gentleman said. He said, "Hey, man, I'm trying to figure out why these so-called YNC national teams trying to play rec teams. You either national, like you either national or you not, dog. Go stand on business for for the city and beat these Florida, Alabama, Cali." Teams cap don't be about nothing. Y'all already done picked every team apart to build national teams to go I guess out of town every weekend with this stuff, so we can stand behind our city national teams. And yeah, then somebody says youth football, whether it's travel or rec. If a game is scheduled, you should play whomever is whoever is lined up against your team. Coaches should ask themselves before they start coaching, do you believe in your coaching and or not, or do you believe in your players or not? So what is your thoughts on that?
um, by my son playing travel football is kind of absurd to me. Um, taking kids to me, taking kids all the way down to Michigan, Oklahoma, Texas to play football, where there's no recruiter being there, when there's no SAT required, there's no NIL saying, "Hey, mom, the trips is on us."
Right.
Single mom, they got to load the kid up. They got 3, 4 children, $500, $600 for the weekend, where it's no one there. The film is not going to no one. Um, we have to. It's cool, and I guess we'll come up with some different kind of games or Labor Day classes when you invite those kids from Florida, or you invite the number one team from Texas, and you have a meeting point somewhere that they can play. That might be handy, but every weekend going in and out of town, and who is up on the schedule is on the schedule. And I was telling somebody this the other day, because I coach at Black College football. So if I'm at Morehouse, right, that's the same 110 yards that's at Morehouse. They just say Alabama.
Right.
It just ain't the same Alabama kids that's at Morehouse. It's the same football field. Same playing field, same goalposts, same yard line, same hashes, 55 across. But those are not the same Jimmy and Joe's that come out that Alabama Roll Tide locker, that come out that Morehouse locker. Not saying that that's not football, not saying that the kid can't play, but the level that the kid is on is different. And so we have to understand that. So all my guys are 3, 4 star guys at 10, 12 years old, and you got a bunch of, 1 stars or not no stars, or a bunch of junior college guys. And I take away junior college. I went to junior college. A lot of people went to junior college, so don't get confused with that. But what I'm saying, the level of ball player he is. And so whatever the schedule is, the schedule is. But see, what happens is we stack the team so good here in Georgia, it's hard to play the keeper in Georgia because took this kid from this kid, this team from this team. And so that's all the other team really had with them 1 or 2 guys. Now they over here with all your guys. And so it's football, man. And somebody's gonna be good and somebody's gonna be, I'm sorry, coach. And that's just the nature of the business.
But is that a game that you want to force or try to want to play? You know what I'm saying? Like if you already know, is that a game that you're trying to get out of, or are you still playing that game, knowing that y'all gonna beat them?
Yeah, I mean, I can't, erase the ink that's already put down on the paper. And my guys that's not as good as those guys, we should want to play those guys that sold the parents like, hey, you sitting at home, you on PlayStation, little Jimmy, these guys going to, the Route King, these guys going to different places to get worked out. So, they're doing those things. You're sitting at home. They're getting to practice late. They stand earlier. They get around the James Davis of the world. So even just to hop on that real quick before we go to them, I wait on them. He said he'd have been to Clemson over the past season. Look at the offense, So he went and got his lesson, and so now, okay, coach. So now we can see the difference, and that's just the nature of football, man. You got to go learn the game. You can't just think you're gonna come overnight, watch TV, then come out here. You got to go learn the game. Got to expand your mind. Once you expand your mind, your kids' mind expand because they watch TV. They watch the Netflix special with the receivers. They doing certain things like that. They want to catch the ball on the island. They want to do something special like that with it. And coaches got to recruit too, man. The kids gonna like the coach, and that's what all my kids play for me because they like Coach Jones. They might don't like the eagle on the hill, man. That's cool, but I kick it with Coach. And that's what the coaches got to do, man. They just got to get some more guys. And if you can tell, that's how it always been, even with Fayetteville, Peachtree City, those guys, Sandtown, those guys always been mediocre football just from the 80s. And it's 2024. So, you always had Ben Hill. It was always mediocre Mississippi State kind of guy. We had Old National, Welcome All. So RDU now that Welcome All. Then you have ABA that came about. So those tough programs you want to put your kids in because even though my son came out of Welcome All and stuff like that, you want to put them around those kind of tough kids because the kids they're tough, but they're not capital T tough in Fayetteville. They're.
Yeah, I get it, bro. I'll say, because you had brought up your son. You said that he playing middle school. Is it football, right? Also,
yes, sir. And baseball.
Okay. So to you, what is the difference between youth football and recreational, even considering national. What's the difference?
between rec ball and travel ball, or middle school ball and rec ball?
Both.
Both. Well, middle school football is you got to go earn your merit. You don't know the coaches. The kids got to go to class, go to practice at the same time come to school. So mom can't bring book bag, mom can't bring helmet. Though that's number one. It's gonna make you be held accountable for you as an athlete. That's why it's called student athlete, and that's one of the biggest things that's different. And one of the other things with rec ball, they have different athletes. And some kids still come back and play those guys and play those teams because maybe in their county, Fulton County don't offer middle school football. Clayton County does, Henry County does, Atlanta does. So that's where the kids start to fizzle out when they get to middle school in those Crawford middle schools and those kind of schools like that. So they can go. But most of the kids that's inner city, more closer to Ben Hill and all those schools like that, they got Paul D. West and that's Fulton County schools. So the rec ball thing is good when you get around a good set of coaches that done been there. And just like in baseball, right? They have resumes. And travel baseball might run you $3,500, $3,800. And you might play 60 games in the season. That's just for baseball. And so the coach had to have a resume, and he's almost getting paid through us because we funded him, we pay the fees. So I think if rec ball would come to that, where picking their coaches like, hey, coach, show me your resume. Show me how you can get my kid to the next level. And that'll be a little bit more in tune to getting those guys different between middle school and rec ball. But rec ball is a great thing. It builds camaraderie with kids. But that's the only difference, parenting, because parents can come on the field in middle school. Rec ball, parents can come on the field, Kendall. They can come down, talk, say something crazy to you, whatever. Middle school football, you at work.
Right, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So you getting all work, picking him up, you headed home. You don't know what little Timmy done did. You don't know if he been on the line. But when you get out work on Tuesday at 5 o'clock, you're going to see what little Timmy been doing.
Right. So to me, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the rec ball, national ball. I like it a little better. I think that it should be betterly structured
Right.
because the way that things are going, like it's just too many teams. Like every year, you see that it's something different that affect you football. Like one year, okay, they joined the Georgia Falcons United. Okay, they minimize the competition. So therefore, East Metro, ABA, all them, right? They were no longer a team. Okay,
Right.
they were no longer a team. And so now ABA is still still a beast. They still a great organization, but they're not really, like they don't really have that competition the way that
Yeah.
that they used to, that they once had it, right? All of them was considered a Mayfield team, right? Mayfield got different people. They don't really have I haven't really seen much of like the Fairburn Flames, all those type of teams. So what I think is basically becoming an all-around all-star game. That's what it feels like to me on a high school level. But in middle school ball, I feel like they not really getting the best competition because the best players are not at the same school. You feel what I'm saying?
No,
So
no.
you gotta play with what you're given, right? You gotta play with the players that you already have going to that school. So that's the difference. And in national, you can play with whoever, you know what I'm saying, you select or is willing to play on your team.
Yeah, the
So
competition in the way battle does things, man, it puts the Mozart on the painting, and you do as a child want to get to you want to get down there and play in that big time program in that thing because when we was at ABA 8U, we was able to go down there. We had played Honey Badger, that's still my guy. We played the Badger and the what was that? The Born to Compete, and I still remember that play to this day. So, and we ended up getting the bid to go down there, man, and we went down there, man. Oh man, it was just the atmosphere, the painting of the lines, the smell of the grass, and just knowing that you're number one in the state, in the country, is big, and if you ain't never taste that kind of potato souffle, you got to taste it, and I can understand how people want to merge because it's such a good taste, man. You ever had lamb chops, man? Just What's your favorite food, Coach? You ever had your favorite food, man? You want, man, and it's just marinated right, man, and it just the juice is flowing. Almost like grandmama on Sunday dinner. That's what it tastes like. And I was able to go again with Coach Moon them out there and Coach G out there at Bill Hart. We ended up going to the D2
Okay.
championship down there. We probably I think went to the finals and we lost. And but just the taste of it, man, and being down there ordering the YUNC shorts, man, and just being in the presence of that, man. It's like being in playing in Bryant Denny Stadium or something, brother. That's all
Mhm.
I can say to the people that want to get there and go. It's a great quest for your team to get there, man. But year in and year out, I think it'll burn kids out. Because when
Mhm.
they get ready time for when the time to matter, they like, man, I don't want to play no football no more, man. I've been doing playing football.
Yeah.
So we got to also make sure we keep it a game for the kids and keep it fun. And but I love what Battle do, man. The music, the shield, the cleats. It's beyond cap to me. But it's real authentic because it's real when you go down there.
All right. So this guy's right here, John says, he says, moving to Georgia in a few years from Virginia. My son plays football. Where is a good program for us to develop? So what program would you consider for them to go to? And I would like to ask your age as well. Ask the kids' age. But what are some of the programs that you think would be best for them to go and get development?
I really wouldn't say programs per se. I would say coaches.
Okay, what coaches?
Is my opinion. Okay. Um, Rick Ball, if he was in the age group of So Icy kids, I go try to find that So Icy coach. He's a great kid dude that youth
Coach
level.
Cal? Okay.
Yeah. Uh, between if you can't get to that side of town, Coach Batman, he does a tremendous job with those kids, man. And Coach Fu over at College Park, he does a real good well with those kids at that age. Of course, but he won't be there at that age. And let me see, uh, James Davis, those guys over there at Georgia Eagles. I was with them guys and been in some meetings with those guys, and they do a real good thing. And if Coach Howard's still around, you still can get a good cussing out and get tough, hard nosed football. I still, send my child to Coach Howard to get that toughness. But as you get to be older, that to spread your wings and see who's else out there for some NIL deals or some different things for us. But those are the group of programs to find those coaches that they love the kids dearly. And I still gonna say Coach Bugs, man. I'm always old Bugs fan, man. Bugs gave me opportunity. Coming from high school, just talking with him, and we was an ABA, and his brother, uh, he's 6 now, he'll be 9. Um, yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, definitely Coach Cal. I like I mean I like Coach far as like if you're a quarterback, I do like Coach Jackson. I think that
Coach
he's
Jackson, where's he at?
yeah, he's over at the GA Falcons.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
they the
yeah, the
Georgia
Falcons.
Falcons. Yeah, so
Yeah.
like so far, I think like maybe like the last 3 to 5 years, all of his quarterbacks has been like the number one in for the season. So I think he does really well. The kids
Mhm.
does really well, and so that's somebody that I can see you going to. But it's a lot of to me like there are some other organizations as he don't want to say, but there are some other organizations
I
that
mean,
I
of course, Rep Reed. Of course, if you can catch a Tristan or a Mark somewhere at the coffee shop, of course, those guys. Uh, Hands down, those guys there, man. Tristan, man, is just he able to bring the best out your kid, man. Because once again, he coached high school, he's offensive coordinator in high school. So
All right, coach. So let's talk a little bit of X's and O's. I think you seen a little bit of the Eagles, man. What is your thoughts on them?
are you able to put up some clips on them, coach, with 1 or 2 clips?
All right, 1 second, man. I could
Just
put
want to let
some.
you know we brought today by Ghost. Got to try it out, guys. Some of the best drinks ever.
Let me see which one is it. What is your thoughts on them, man? I know you kind of been out of, out of sync, but what's your thoughts on that?
Just push play. Just push play. But you can see the difference. Put the film on of last year, Georgia Eagles to this year, Georgia Eagles. You can see where James Davis has been up there with Dapo Swinney. You can see that. So I'm glad he was able to learn something and bring it back to those guys, man. To the quarterback, like Achilles Smith. Remember Achilles,
Mm-hmm.
Oregon, and he looks good, man. And those guys, man, they're so coachable, man. I was able to go with those guys last year early in the preseason, just really give an observation and be on the sideline with them and talk with coach, and was able to walk the 50 with those guys, man. And those kids understand football, man. They want football. It's gonna be hard, man, but they went unblemished all the way to the championship last year and had 5 fumbles in the championship. But I think if they stick to that offense right there, what we see got going on, man, with the kid rolling to his left, he's right hand, he's able to still keep his eyes downfield, make those trying to extend those plays. That just make the play calling so much comfortable and so much better when you have those kind of guys at the hem, man. The line gave him time. Of course, there's some bad things on film. We always show the good things. So if they can go ahead and clean up a few things they might see on film they need to work on for next week and keep building those guys, man, that look dangerous right there, man. That look dangerous, man. I just want to tell Coach Dave, man, appreciate you, man, for going and learning and being that grad assistant up there at Clemson and bringing those things back that you learned from Dapo Swinney. That's what I call coaching. That
Yeah.
right there.
Shout out to Mario too. He thought so GA Falcons. Hey man, they gonna force me to like the GA Falcons because they
What
like
age group of the GA
I feel
Falcons,
like
Coach?
they 9. I like them though. I'm not
Who,
gonna even
who,
lie.
so they got so tell the GA that we need to knock on so icy door. Then we can have an opinion of you or send us some good film of somebody that's ranked, coach, so we
Oh
can
no, they
see
got a good they got a good game coming up this week.
who they play.
They played the NC Giants, who used to be the Royal Hornets Elite, and
Okay,
beat.
so what they play at New
Now this is
Manchester?
Alabama. Nah, this is Alabama. So I'll be out there because Alabama
Okay,
play versus. I mean, Bessemer play versus So Icy,
so
and
I
so
see coming over there.
yeah, so Icy going out there.
Right,
So Icy able to get it done, man. We
yeah,
ain't got
man.
no choice but to put them number one.
Tell them to go knocking on their door, and we'll put it on display, and we'll push play. And at the end of those 60 minutes, we'll see where you land at, baby. And then we have to wait later 6 months from down the road, but we need to see you go on them 4 train track. And you
Yeah.
go on them 4 train track, huh?
Now the people that I haven't seen come out, man, was the ATL Elite Thrasher. I'm trying to get a sense of how they play. So far I've seen RDE, which is now they was RDU, but they RDE, right? Real deal Eagles. Then you got So Icy. They just beat RDE. Man, RDE is a big team too, man. And then uh what's GA Falcons. I seen them play, but they played while it was raining. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they did well though, man, because they got the young man Deuce that used to play for ATL Elite last year. And
Is that Cam Newton's son?
I'm not sure if that's
One
him.
of them got Cam Newton's son. They were telling me I was ear hustling the other day. I was in the backwoods and my son was training over there in Fayetteville with Coach Trez, that coach at Pace Academy.
I think
And
that's RDE.
okay, and I saw Voodoo over there getting some work over there. So they getting their work. They getting their work. Batman gonna go find them some work somewhere. So all those teams, man, it's early in the season. We got of course those preseason bowl games coming up. Of course, we got the what's the thing with DT we have?
Oh, the Warzone.
Yeah, we got the Warzone Bowl. It's another one. We got some battle tournaments coming up early. Of course, all those classes that you have, but it's early, Kendall. A lot of people look good early. Let's see. What I want to see this year coming out when we come to the games or we're viewing these games, please, guys, don't let us see the quarterback running from the coach to the sideline all day. We don't want to see that.
Right.
Tell us where you have been, the hand signals, they on the line, they in the huddle. Even if you get them on the wristband, coach, we don't want to see that, coach. Advance your coaching. Come learn some different things. Ask guys uh, because we just gonna put it on push play, man, and we're gonna see who the Jimmy and Joes are. Because of course 11 looked good for Georgia Eagles. You had 21. You got prime time. You got the 7 number cornerback out there. You got little Mason out there. You have my boy son number 10. I told him I ain't gonna never call his name until I hear it over the intercom. I'm old school. When the intercom man call your name, oh, that's your name. Oh, okay, that's who you are. So it's gonna be a good season. Got 7U. That battle you saw, that boy number 25 Zaire and number 44 King. Those guys against the Lions. And I thought your Lions. That's who that was.
Yeah.
He looked real good. He's still young. But we're gonna see, man, as the season go long. You got so Icy gonna be able to travel going down the road for this weekend for those guys, and the other team they playing behind them. If they want to, see what's going on, get your camera in the triangle of the end zone, put up in the eye so you can break those guys down and be ready to go. Georgia Eagles look good. They still got to knock the champs out. They still down there in Columbus hosting that trophy.
Yeah. So the other team that people need to look out for, I know you haven't probably seen them yet, was the Atlanta Chargers, man. They was pretty good last year, but they ended up getting beat by Rare Breeze. But they got a couple of pieces because Tucker was really good last year, and they got a lot of the pieces from Tucker. So I think that they're going to be, a good addition. And the thing is, they're going to be one of those teams that may knock somebody off because they're going to be underestimated, but they got a lot of pieces. They got a lot of pieces. That's somebody I'm looking forward to. Stonecrest, 13U. I'm looking forward to seeing them. Now, here's the thing, too,
I
man.
saw them on film or something the other day. One of my old linemen, he played with RDU last year, so I followed him on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And he was showing some good pictures. They was in the gun, and he didn't really show no live film, so we don't know. They look good on the picture.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, man. Also, too, if y'all new in here, definitely hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. That's how we get the channel out into the algorithm, and that's how we put ourselves in position so we can help these babies. Help us help your babies. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate y'all being in here. Also, another thing too, Rare Breeds. I think they haven't played yet, but they end up losing some players, but they end up getting some players as well. They got BA back, and then they got I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Montez might be back, but they haven't really played. And to me, I'm a person that like a soft touch the first game. So like anytime that you play a soft touch, it can be the first game. I don't care who it's against. Long as
They 13U this year.
yeah, they 13. So they got a lot of competition. So you got teams that still running from them because in battle, only 4 teams decide to participate, But I think, like, shoot, if you want a chance at trying to beat them, like this is their first time coming out, that's when you want to try to play them because they got a lot of kinks that they gonna have to work out.
They still got some of the same guy. They lost the quarterback. Well, Ja'Cory and them, they still had guys on the bench just as good, man. And those
Yeah,
guys,
they still got little Corey. They still got Ja'Cory. They got like I say,
I thought
BA.
they
They
were going
got
to
the
high
little.
school.
They got Janori. They got
Oh yeah, it's just like the
yeah.
cheat code, man. We're not like
Yeah, so they still, but the thing is, a lot of the other teams they end up merging. So like a team called Tremaine Elite, they end up playing with the West Orlando Jags.
Jags.
They look good. They really look good. Let me see um if I actually have them in here because I don't think I do. No, I don't think I got them in here. No, I ain't got them in here. But this was a team that was really good as well, man. Like they showed you they can tackle. They got some big boys at the running back position. Like they can do all that stuff. So I think that for the most part, man, they'll be good.
It's gonna
But
come down to coaching.
yeah, it's definitely gonna come back down to coaching. It's definitely gonna do that. So I think the art of coaching is lost now, though. I'm not going to
Oh
even lie
yeah,
to you. I think it is lost. I think the strategy now is let's get this player, that player, that player, and then they gonna carry us. That seemed like the whole entire strategy.
Yeah.
So so with that being said, man, that means that kids are being less developed. That means that kids don't know schemes, they don't know formations. Like somebody was saying, man, there are teams where a lot of these kids are too old to have to go back and talk to the coach instead of them just doing plays, like you know what I'm saying,
And
from the
signals.
sideline.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they saying like once you get to high school, you're not gonna be doing that. So preparation, you know what I'm saying,
Is the
is
key.
yes.
But we'll see some teams like right now. You click on battle. We'll go show a Georgia team and show another one of other team. They're running. We're running on off the side. Like okay, Lambo last year, right? They played the team from Florida.
Okay.
Watch. He run to the sideline, got to play in the blue and white. The other kid got the hand signal. So my thing is, I used to be a school teacher. So if these kids are the same age, right? And this coach is hand signaling these kids, they 10. These kids 10. You're running this kid all the way from the sideline to back and forth. This kid is, so these kids are honors classes. That's what you telling me. So these kids on this sideline in honor classes, and these kids right here in general ed. No, the coach is in general ed, and this coach here teaches honors classes. So now when those kids are now developing and going to another program where a kid or coach has went and studied the game, those kind of things. Look at James David. I'm giving him praise. Giving last year he had a quarterback running to the sideline, back on the field. He leaves during the season, goes up there, be a grad assistant, finish getting his master's or getting his degree, whatever he had going on. He was able to be on the sideline, going film room, going meetings. Oh, that makes sense. Why would I in the band playing and the cheerleaders going on? I could just have a hand signal. And the kid is pretty smart. He's in honor classes, so I'm gonna learn this because that's how he was taught. But he
Mm-hmm.
might have somewhere along the line dropped the ball. But when he got the ball rolling, look at him now. Look how the Eagles look. They look like a college team.
Now I'm not gonna lie to you, man. They had some struggles. They made some decisions that kind of concern me because I already went out on a limb to say that I got the GA Eagles winning it. But I'm not gonna lie to you. In the beginning, like you saw the highlights, so you see all the things that they're capable of.
But
But
we
the
didn't see the
part
bad.
Yeah, but the part where it was kind of frustrating to me is that sometimes, man, as a coach, you got to make the right decisions. Like for instance, right? That team, no, it wasn't even that team. It was the Beast End team where they was at the 30-yard line. It was 30 and it was they was at the 30-yard line and it was fourth and about 6. So they end up going for it. And the team got the ball back. So at this time it was 12-6. The team scored. They end up scoring. So instead of putting the ball, like they end up going for it. They gambled, they lost, and the team decided to. The team ended up scoring, and so they decided to punt it. But I'm like, bro, that's the time that you use to get the kinks out. You wanna practice as much as possible on the end of the special teams because there
Right.
might not be a lot of times where you get a lot of times to where you're actually punting. But when you're playing versus some of the elite teams and this is your first time punting, and a lot of people are going to miss assignments, so you don't want to do that. You want to get all that stuff out. Even if you feel like you're going to beat this team, man, play the right way, because I've seen people not do that and then it turned out to burn them later on. So that's one of the things that concern me though.
And we didn't see the bad. We saw the good.
Mm-hmm.
So me, the best.
I
Is
haven't
it?
heard of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard of them.
What?
Hold
Okay.
on. Hold on. Let me see. You said, "Yo, bro, I'm looking for a football team. I'm a QB and I'm 14."
What
Man, it
school?
seems like you got to be looking for a
High school team, sir.
high school team. Unless you go down there to California and play with the OG Ducks, because if you go out there and play with them, then pretty much there's a lot of teams that you could play because 14U is pretty high out there because they don't have a middle school. They don't have middle school ball out there. So if you 14 years old and you want to still play youth football, you're gonna have to go to the West Coast. They got some out here or I mean, they got a few teams out here that's 14U, but it's not really the best 14. So you can go to like the DMV area, play for Maryland Heat, or you can go play for Orange County OC Buckeyes, or you can go play for Islands Best, or LA Rampage, or the Oakland Dynamites, or the San Francisco Bombers. Like there's a lot of teams that you can go play for, but if you want to get your money's worth, then those teams that I just mentioned will be the teams that you will actually want to go to. So, but in Georgia, they don't have the best 14U teams. When they turn 14, they tend to go to high school. So you don't
Yeah,
want to come out here.
no, sir.
So
But
nah.
it's gonna be an interesting season. Even though the Georgia Eagles look good, they got to go knock those guys off in Columbus. That's been had their number for years. They end up getting the number, and they get them. So we'll see as the season go on, and I'm kind of excited this year. My son played middle school football, so I can come and see and look and be on the sideline, Kindle, and talk to my good buddy Alex, and let DT give me some more likes on Instagram, and let him follow me. And I appreciate the encore that I get from men that look up to me and give me my flowers while I'm alive. And when I saw him, I told him I'm gonna give him some IV. I'm gonna get a couple bags of my sauce, and so he can get it and put it in his arm. Kim,
What?
it'll be all right, baby.
Hey man, I don't know what you referencing to, man. You always get me in trouble. I don't know why.
Get in
I don't
trouble,
know.
man. You all right?
Hey, look, I don't know what be said. It be a lot of
Oh, nothing,
underlying.
man. It's nothing, man. It was last year. It made some memes of me on the sidelines, and we went down to the state championship because I'm the offense analysis at Creekside. So I done got old, man. I just break down film and huddle, and
Okay.
and watch a lot of football on the weekends. And just I'll be around those prominent people, man. That's get you to the next level. And us as black men, we can all work together and see a big prize with this rec ball stuff. I live in
Mm-hmm.
VA. Son is, okay.
Oh, he went to 757 Colt boys. I heard they got a good organization out there.
Oh, the VA. I'm in VA. Yeah, Red Breeder beat you by 30 with 13-year-olds.
Yeah, so if you're looking for a team,
I'm looking for a team.
yeah,
Call Mark. I'm telling you
that's
his name, Mark.
yeah,
I can't
that's
give you the number. I got a number in my phone right here, but look up Red Breed on Instagram and hit him in the DM, and we can set that thing up for you, man. We can make sure you get your hotel when you get down here. We'll make sure we got you at the Golden Corral because you're gonna need plenty to eat after they get through tearing your ass up. But please, give them a call. We'll set it up for you. We'll send the charter buses for you. Whatever you need to come on down here and get some of them stripping grits them folks selling. I'm gonna be in the stand for that one.
Man, yeah, but nah, he said he just gave you a team to go to out there in the VA, man. So but yeah, coach. I'm definitely I wanted to talk a little bit more about you with the B2C, like what you got going out there. What is some of the moves that you plan on making? Just a little bit about what you have going on.
Just working with Alex, man, just been a blessing. Being him and asking me, and it's kind of funny because people make jokes about all the guys that's on the top tier. That's my friends, and just working up on them, going to do the things that he asked. He asked me to do the same thing you're doing. We'll get on live and talk, and we'll chop some things up. But Alex, this year he has had a lot of people to help with the B2C stuff, and it's going to be a good. And I still think that B2C is something that the kids need to still go out and try out at because Alex is plugged in with those guys, the coaches, the recruiters, those things of that nature. So everything he does, man, be God driven first, God given first. Then he always represent everything with the kids, and he's been doing it a long time. The bowl this year going to be big. I think if we can focus back up on the Frank Ski Bowl, those things back like here in Georgia. That was some of our hang our hats on. Then then go to the battle. We can still fit those dates in where you the Frank Ski Bowl champion here, then go down there in Florida and play.
The French Ski Bowl was the champions play champions, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So now we have the B2C Bowl where Alex does that, state champs. That's real good. Then he has the gala at the end, man. And he asked me to be a part of that, man, to give out some awards. And KJ Bolton was one of the people, man, and just seeing her come from seeing Keisha and knowing Keisha from when KJ was 4 or 5 years old, man, for her to be a single mom. Then, he had a father, but his father had to go on vacation. His father came back from vacation and be able to still keep a family bond. And Alex give out those awards, man, to people that people forget about. And that's why I like Alex. And the B2C is more of a homage to us. It's not like the BET Awards. It's more of the Grammys, his awards. And we have some other award shows that are more like the BET driven, but it's still an award show. But Alex does a great thing with the class, the elegance, the rings, the presentation of the trophy, the presentation of the places that is here, because us as a color people, we like nice things, Coach. You like nice things, Kendall. That's why you have one of the number one sports channels here in the country, brother. So salutes to you as well, and you're doing what you do, because I've been knowing you a while, and you always been a supporter of me, man. I always been a supporter of you. You never had anything negative to say. We always get on here and chop it up, have a good time about sports, and people don't understand it. Just like if you were Chad Ochocinco and I'm Unc, we just on here telling what's going on. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, man. I enjoy it, man. My biggest thing, man, is to become successful at helping these babies, man. It ain't about me. I do it, but it's not about me. So just continue to try to be selfless in the process. So that's what I do, man. And I just try not to get into the politics of things. People tell me, "Oh man, you got to understand this politics, bro." That's not anything that I'm gonna try to deal with. I'm not dealing with no political nothing. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's actually politics. But other than far as it being youth sports, I'm not dealing with that when it comes to my babies, man. I ain't politicking nothing. You know what I'm saying? Either you doing them right or I'm gonna get on you. You know what I'm saying? That's my only angle, But other than that, I rock with everybody, man. I really got respect for everybody. And I understand that, everybody is necessary
Right.
to do their part, because there's only so many things that one entity can do, in comparison to others. But I just wish that, everybody will decide to kind of work with each other in some regards, to where it actually makes sense. Because the thing is, when we show separation, the kids, they look at that and think that has to be the way. It's not the way. When you look at it, man, unity, amongst the Hispanics and all them, you know what I'm saying? That's the reason why they winning. They winning because even if they don't like each other, they understand that they need each other, and they willing to work with each other. So, that's just something that I'm willing to do. That's how I'm able to shout out other videographers. It's no competition with me. The common goal is just a common goal, and the common goal is these babies, bro.
Hey, Coach, this kid that's at Langston Hughes, I don't know if you remember him, Dale.
Yeah.
Turn your camera on. Do you remember Dale, Coach? It's a Dale that's at Langston Hughes. I don't know how we can time into this. Is one of the kids that was in the rec ball level. He has 2 scholarship offers already, one to Georgia State, one to UAB. He hasn't even touched the field at Langston Hughes, Coach. This kid right here, Dale. He's right here. He's going to be a 5-star guy. He came out the program at College Park Rams. He played under Mario at the Bengals, Coach. You look him up, Coach. What's your last name, Dale, so these people to know?
Perry, Perry.
Dale Perry, Coach. When you see him, Coach, he's going to be one of those guys. He'll be starting at Langston Hughes this year, man. He's one of the Rick Ball kids. All right, Dale.
Hey, tell before you go off. You already hung up?
No, he right here. Hold on.
Hey, tell him we need him to come on the show, man, so he can let us know. Because I love to give young men practice anyway. You know what I'm saying? Come on to the show, do public speaking, get better at it. So them kids, I mean not kids, but companies can, know that you're the right one for them. You feel what I'm saying? So
Right.
public speaking is important. So I would love to have them on here.
So what I need to do, send the link, or we can do it to the next time, or what?
Yeah,
What do we
yeah,
need
yeah,
to
yeah,
do?
yeah. Next time we can definitely do
Okay.
it.
Yeah. So next time, Dale, we're gonna have you on as a guest, man, and we want you to talk to the kids about the difference between rec ball and those guys being giving you those offers. Where they asking you anything about rec ball, and just tell us your experience from transitioning from being a 8th grader at Cedar Grove High School to now transferring in to Langston Hughes and being a freshman and getting the opportunity to start at safety or at wide receiver at Langston Hughes. So we'll be tuning in with you next week, Dale. This is Mr. Perry again, y'all, so you can see him.
Yes, sir. I see him. I see him. Yes,
You
sir.
see how y'all doing?
We good, man. They everybody good. So yeah, we expect to see you next week, man.
Yeah, we're
Next
gonna.
Thursday.
All right, Dale.
All right.
Like I tell a lot of people, man, I can call KJ Bolden the same way, man. Like the kids, F with Coach Jones, you know what I'm saying? And so because I'm just a coach, man, and I'm gonna tell them the truth. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. Same thing I tell my son, I'm gonna tell another kid because I want them to have success. Because who don't want their name in the lights, coach? Who doesn't want their name in the lights? Whether it's you with a girlfriend, whether you have the cleanest car, whether your cleats are the cleanest, whether your uniform the cleanest, your spat, your glasses, your back flap, whatever it is, you want to look good when you're doing it. And when number one's available, don't settle for second place. When one's available. I want my name in the lights. Even these kids that's looking at us, guys, you starting at 5, you all the way up to 13. And it's a guy you think in front of you, beat him and run it. If you think he got a little better than you, outdress him. If you think the guys hit hard than you, hit him. Call him out. So your opportunity is for you to be the number one guy. You got to go take it. Nobody's going to give you anything. We're 2 black men here. We work every day. We take care of our kids and the coaches that you respect. Respect your coaches. Respect your parents. Your mom that get all work to travel, take you to practice. Tell her you love her. You know, tell your dad you love him. He's in your life. Those kind of things. And that's what the football God will bless you. And he will see that you have a good, prominent life because I did. Coach did. I was able to play at Morris Brown. Me and Coach Alexander, Coach Hill, Route King. And a lot of other my friends, man, that's at Langston Hughes, the defensive coordinator, linebacker coach. A lot of my friends, let's go on and on and on. And the kids that I've coached, man, and just to for people to understand that life goes on past football. Somebody got to take the transmission out. Somebody got to be the principal. Somebody got to be the brain surgeon. Somebody got to do what Kendall does here with the National Sports Chat. So football is not going to always get everybody playing on Sunday. So Sunday is the goal, but being successful is the goal as well. And life is about being successful, having a job, taking care of your family, paying your rent. You may not have the job that you want, but you got an income, so you're being successful. And football teaches us that. And I know I get a little lengthy when I talk, man, but I tear up at times, man, because for football, I really want to have nothing. I wasn't no whiz kid in class, but I had to go to class to keep the grade so I can play.
Right, absolutely. Yeah.
And that's what I tell my son. You gotta go to class, and all the girls in class, y'all laughing and playing on the phone. Them girls trying to achieve something in class, and I wasn't a whiz, so I kind of went to class and tried to figure out something I can major in that I can have a nice, successful life if I don't get to play on Sunday.
Absolutely. But yeah, man, we definitely approaching that hour mark, man. So I like to thank you for coming on. You know what I'm saying? Next week, bring a young man with you. And yeah, man, for y'all that comes, man, he has a lot of knowledge, and I'm gonna try to get some out of him. The next time we talk, it just was more so like kind of getting reacquainted, amongst each other again, because I ain't talked to him in a minute.
And so we got to get some of them coaches on here. We're gonna call it Chalk Talk Thursdays. And I'm gonna have the board here, and I'm gonna have the board, and we'll go Chalk Talk Thursdays, and we always end up with saying, "Hey, coach, draw it up."
Right.
And,
okay.
We're gonna tell you to draw it up, coach, and we're gonna invite some coaches on here, coach, and we're gonna turn this thing into a real sports chat. It's a real one right now. It's one of the top ones in the country, and I'm happy to be a part of it. And we're gonna get them coaches on here, coach. We're gonna get some kids on here, coach, and we're just gonna talk to them, coach, and see, and on that sideline too. So this weekend, coach gonna be on that sideline. I'm gonna be there. We're gonna talk to some of the guys. Coach, tell me what games you need me to go to.
Okay.
I'm free on Saturday. I got my phone. I can go walk up to them, and they're gonna have to tell me, "Hey, Coach, why did you make that call on 37 and it was 8 minutes left to go and you was up 10?" You know, what was your game plan in that, Coach? You know, just like we sit down and we and we interview guys, man. You got to tell me that, Coach. You got to tell me why you did that.
Oh man,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But all right, till next time, Coach.
All right, Coach.
All right, so I see you, man.
Yes,
And
sir.
yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button on y'all way out. Hit the like button. Y'all see what I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to bring people on here that's basically knowledgeable about the game. And we gonna be informative, and we gonna also have fun doing it. So, man, until next time.